Welcome. Thank you for investing your time to learn more about our bite-sized Azure series. My name is Jason Lambert, Cloud Technical Consultant for Microsoft Azure here at Ingram Micro. And today I'd like to talk with you about pricing Azure Site Recovery. All right, so we've used our favorite Microsoft web browser and of course our favorite Microsoft search engine. And we're going to put in Microsoft Azure Calculator or Azure Calculator, and usually the calculator show up in the first 2 or 3 links. We're not going to use the new calculator experience. We're going to stick with the traditional one that we've been using for a little while. And down the left side here, you're going to see the modules that Microsoft has for Azure Site Recovery. We're going to go under Storage, and we're going to click Site Recovery, and then we're going to view our estimate. Up here, I get the ability to add my company name or my customer name or project number or any information that I'd like. So today I'm just going to call it ASR so we understand that that is the portion we're going to talk about. The region, so every region in Microsoft Azure has 3 data centers in each region at a minimum, some more. And a region is the size of a super Walmart. So we've got lots and lots of infrastructure to support as we move forward. So we're going to pick the USEs for today. We also have the ability to do recovery to a customer-owned site. So if your customer has a primary data center and a secondary data center and or a co-location and they're looking for a really great technology to do the replication on their own infrastructure, but use Microsoft Azure Site Recovery technology, they're welcome to do that at $16 per protected instance. Basically, the customer would manage all the infrastructure under the hood, so I'm not going to go too far down this road. Today, we're going to talk about recovering to Azure. To recover to Azure, whether it's a physical machine or a virtual machine, whether it's Hyper-V, VMware, or a physical box, it's $25 per protected instance. So if I have 3 VMware VHDs that I want to replicate in Azure, it'd be $25 times 3, $75. If it was Hyper-V, same thing. 3 physical servers, the same thing. So today I'm just going to say, because I'm on the numbers of 3, we're going to do 3 machines, $75 per protected instance that I'm going to replicate out into Azure. I do also, and they don't show on the calculator, I have to include storage. So production storage is what I'm looking for. I'm going to go ahead and click Add Items, go to the storage link. I'm going to view my estimate. I see my storage here. I want to make sure it's in the same data center. I'm going to change it to US East. I'm going to change from block blob. It's not big repository storage or object storage, but rather page blob and disk, which is production storage on Microsoft Azure. And then I've got the ability to do local redundant storage or geographically redundant storage. I'm not going to get into that here. There's another video that you can look through the tree above, and it will talk to you all about storage. Then I'm going to go ahead and pick, I can either do basic or premium tier, premium SSD. Again, that's in another video, so I'm not going to go through premium SSD, but today I'm going to use the traditional storage within Microsoft Azure. And then the number of gigs. So again, Microsoft only charges you for the actual data that you consume in the data center. So I've got 3 VHDs or 3 physical machines or 3 Hyper-V machines, and I'm going to have, let's say there's 100 gigs on each one, so I'm going to do 300 gigs. Now recognize, again, Microsoft only bills you for what's consumed, so if you only had 20 gigs on each machine, I'm going to be a bill for $60, not 300. Anyways, it's an estimator, so I just need you to walk through it with me. 300 gigs is $15. It's tallying up in my estimator over here on the right-hand side of the screen. Currently amount about $90. Storage transactions, I wouldn't really lose any sleep over it in the SMB arena. If you're an enterprise, you probably more understand what storage transactions are, but puts and gets and all sorts of different things can happen within your storage. 10,000 transactions is not even a penny. If I do 100,000 transactions, I think I get to a penny. If I do 1,000,000 transactions, which I believe is 100, right? I'm going to get to about 4 cents. So you're going to get some billing of some pennies. I wouldn't really get too concerned about it. So basically, this is my estimate for Azure Site Recovery. I can replicate into Azure at this point, and it'll cost me $90.04 for the 3 machines at 300 gigs if I used all of it up. Couple of things to consider. Number 1, if my machine goes into failover and I have to run it in Azure, I have to calculate the price of that machine. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to pretend I've got, go to the compute under virtual machines, look at my estimate here. And now let's say it's this D1 machine. So I've got a production workload on-prem. It equals the D1 machine in Azure when it's going to run. I want to understand, in my opinion, what that's going to look like every 24 hours. As a partner, I'm only going to get billed per hour. It might be a little bit messy for my customers, so I'm going to bill them on a day rate. This machine will be $3.36. You as a partner may charge $50 or $100 or $500, whatever you charge your customer for a per day rate. So we got $3.36 to run this machine. I'm gonna, if it was 3 of the same machine, I'm gonna put 3 there. If there's 3 different machines, I'm gonna change it accordingly. If you don't understand how to right size your on-premises workload to understand what they would look like in Azure, then I would recommend you use a tool called BitTitan Azure Health Check, or you can also use NetEnrich. NetEnrich has services to help understand what those on-premises machines look like in Azure. Either company does assessments, so you can take advantage of them. I'll probably talk about that in another video up there. All right, last but not least, now I understand what my machines are when they go into failover. Do I do my Active Directory as well? Or do I want an Active Directory already running 24/7, 365, replicating against my primary AD for in the instance of a failure, so when my machines come online, they know how to connect and then my users know how to get access to them. That's a decision that you need to make. And then last but not least, you do not need a VPN to do Azure Site Recovery. So I repeat that, you do not need a VPN to set up Azure Site Recovery. However, if you're going to want your users on premise or elsewhere to use a VPN to connect to Azure and the AD to get to the machines, if there is a failure, then you would want to go ahead and set up a VPN. And then the decision is, do I do it and have that VPN run 24/7, 365, or do I have the RPO with my customer to go ahead and set that VPN up prior to putting them in failover the same day? So if they've got hours of time, if they can afford to be down half a day while you set it up, great. If they can't, then you should probably have it set up ahead of time. All right, so I think at this point, I've covered everything about Azure Site Recovery. Thank you for investing your time to learn more about our Bite-Size Azure series. If you wish to learn more, there's additional videos up in the top left-hand corner. You can hit the drop down in our playlist. If not, go to ingrammicrocloud.com/Microsoft to learn more.